Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be opening up and checking out the Final Fantasy Scions and Spellcrafters Commander deck. We're going to be cracking it open, seeing the cards. I'll be judging the cards on how good they are and also on how story accurate to Final Fantasy, theme flavor to Final Fantasy 14. It's been a while since I played Final Fantasy 14 and I haven't really explore too much. It's an MMO, so I spend most of the time kind of skipping the story just so I can go off and do some raids. So a lot of it's just going to be a kind of vagueness, unlike the Final Fantasy 6 deck, which I am currently playing through Final Fantasy 6, which is why I was like, oh, that kind of fits and that doesn't. This one's going to be more of a case of, oh, let's look at how pretty the cards are and let's see how good they are, as well as opening that sample booster. So let's get into it. Alright guys, let's go check out the Scions and Spellcrafters Final Fantasy. This is 14. Right, yeah, 15's the boy band and stuff. Alright, so this is some of the cards you're gonna get. Again, we're using the setup we've used for the last few videos. It's gonna be a bit different from the other Final Fantasy Commander deck unboxing because of this camera angles and stuff, but let's crack into this, shall we? Oof. Oh god. Trying to do it in a way that I don't damage the box too much, but it looks like that's not gonna happen. Oh, that's a lot easier. What glue did I use? Okay. It's all falling out. Alright. We got our paper cardboard deck. Box. There we go. I know words. Got your girl, your Shtola on the front. Mana value symbols. Very nice. We have a deck right here. And a little poster explaining how this deck is all gonna work. Gotta go over the why. There you go. That's what you gotta do, guys. As well as stuff you can pop out, I guess, if you really want to. And in here is our collector sample booster. But what we're really here for is the commander deck. Let me just adjust. Oh, there's fine. Alright. Last time I struggled with this. So yep. Gonna struggle again. Trying not to put my head down too much, but unfortunately, this setup wasn't really designed for this kind of setup. If that makes sense, and if it doesn't, don't worry about it. Alright. Let's just bring that over to the side here. We've got some hero token and a spirit token, another hero token, and a spirit token. Hero, is it going to be a spirit? No, it's going to be a bird. Hero, is it going to be a bird? Hero, wizard. I'm going to need some of those. Hero, wizard. Hero, wizard again? I wonder. Hero, soldier. Yep, human soldier. Yeah, okay, I was gonna say that doesn't look like a human soldier, but it does. Hero, human soldier. Moogle, zombie, treasure. Moogle, zombie. There you go. There's the zombie. All right. I'm guessing the commander's all the way. We got the commander and alternative commander, so let's take a look at those first. We got Y'shtola Knight's Blessed. Legendary Cat Warlock. Vigilance. At the beginning of each end step, if a player, that includes you as well, loses 4 or more life this turn, you draw a card. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana 3 or greater, your starter deals 2 damage to each opponent and you gain 2 life. So, in a, multiplayer game, you just casting a free mana, 3 value or greater card, non-creature spell card, you're going to be able to draw a card, but you only gain the 2 life, so, it's fair. It's fair, it's balanced, and then the alternative commander is Gara, Taya, Scion, Reborn, Lifelink. He's also a cat wizard. Not a cat warlock, a cat wizard this time. Lifelink. Throw wide the gate. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay X life, where X is that spell's mana value. If you do, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token and put X+1 counters on it. Do this only once each turn. So I'm guessing if you cast a spell where it's X, you pay X, and then you basically get a 8/8. Okay. We have Alasia Levelure. I probably pronounced that horribly wrong. Partner with Alfend Levelure. First strike, dual cast. The second spell you cast each turn costs 2 less. Okay. Yeah, I remember the guy, her brother, is always the one that's going off and like, I'm gonna go do this now, guys. I'll be back in a second. I'm a diplomat. Champions from Beyond. When this enchantment enters, create X/1/1 colorless heroes creature tokens. Light Party. Whenever you attack with 4 or more creatures, scry 2, then draw a card. Full Party. Whenever you attack with 8 or more creatures, those creatures get a ++4. +4/+4 until end of turn. I wonder if this is based on the fact that Final Fantasy XIV, when it first launched, was actually terrible, and so they just wiped the game and started again with A Realm Reborn. And part of the story of 14 is the fact that that story still exists, and some of those people come back. Interesting. Dancer's Chakrams. Job select. This equipment. So when this end job select is basically whenever a job select artifact or equipment comes in, you create a 1/1 hero colors token, and this gets attached to it. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, has lifelink, okay. And other commanders you control get +2 and +2 and have lifelink. That's good. This seems more the case for the other commander deck, but I guess the Dancer is a job in Final Fantasy XIV and not a job in Final Fantasy VII. And is a performer to its other additional types, equip free. Okay. We have Summon God King Mog the 12th. Create 2, Chapter 1. Create 2 1/2 white Moogle creature tokens with lifelink. Chapters 2 and 3. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell this turn, create a token that's a copy of non-saga token you control. +2/+1. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on each other Moogle you control. Okay, that's something, I guess. We got Tataru Taru. We got the extended art version of this from the collector booster sample from the other video, so go check that out. But when Tataru enters, you draw a card, and target opponent may draw a card. Whenever an opponent draws a card, if it isn't that player's turn, you create a tap treasure token. So basically, you can come in, give somebody a card, and get a treasure token. I'm not sure how good that is, because you probably don't want to be giving your enemy players cards, but treasure tokens are nice. We have Pants Waters. Oh, this is going to be horrible. A legendary creature, human warrior, flash, royal god. When Fancied Waters enters, another target legendary permanent you control gains indestructible for as long as you control this card. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Fancied Water gains indestructible until end of turn. Okay, so it gives someone else indestructible. If you cast a turn, the card gains indestructible. And of course, we got Alfend Levier, who's going off and doing some diplomatic stuff. Partner with the other card. Vigilance. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, draw a card. So they're all about casting 2 spells a turn. We've got Blue Mage's Cane. Job select. Equipped creature gets +0/+2, is a wizard in additional types, and has whenever this creature Attacks, exile up to one target instant or sorcery from defending player's graveyard. If you do copy it, you may cast a copy by paying 3 rather than paying its mana cost. I mean, it's on theme for blue mages. Blue mages basically learn enemy skills, and learning blue mage in Final Fantasy XIV, it's like its own separate story adventure thing where you have a party of 3 other blue mages. I haven't done it yet, but it seems kind of fun. Hermes, Overseer of Elphis. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 blue creature token with flying and vigilance. Whenever you attack with 1 or more birds, scry 2. Man likes birds. Alright. We have... Oh my god. Oh my god. Harvenscale of the First Brood. Legend creature Elder Dragon, Flying Vigilance Ward 2, Shiva's Aid. Whenever guild enters and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. Isn't that from like Stormblood? Stormblood was all about dragons, right? All dragoons, and then there was Nidhogg and he was doing some stuff. Nidhogg's Eye. Oversee status, flash whenever you cast... When enchanted creature an opponent controls. When this aura enters, remove enchanted creature from combat, then draw a card for each tapped creature its controller controls. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and can't attack or block. Speaking of Nidhogg, Eye of Nidhogg! Legendary enchantment aura, enchant creature. When enchanted creature is a black dragoon with base power and toughness 4/2, has flying and death touch, and is goaded. Has to attack each combat if able. When Eye of Nidhogg is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, return it to its owner's hand because you just can't get rid of this goddamn thing. So annoying. Fandil, Tadafur's Arneson. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, Surveil 1 seems pretty good. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent may sacrifice a non-creature token of their choice. Each opponent who doesn't loses 2 life for each instant sorcery card in your graveyard. That seems pretty good. If you've got a load of instant sorceries cards in your graveyard, which this deck should be doing, you're going to be doing damage. Also synergies well with your commander because you want your opponents to take damage so you can guarantee to draw a card. So this seems pretty good. Archaeologist Planessphere. Job select. Equipped creature is a wizard in addition to its other types. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell and whenever you draw your 3rd card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So if you draw your 3rd card, you get a +1/+1. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you get a +1/+1. That seems alright. Seems decent. Reaper's Scythe. Job select. At the beginning of your end step, put a soul counter on this equipment for each player who lost life this turn. Okay, that's going to be happening a lot with this deck, hopefully. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each soul counter on this equipment and is an assassin in addition to its other types. That seems fun. That seems fun. Transpose is another card we got from the collector booster sample. Draw a card, then discard a card. You lose 1 life. If the spell was cast from your hand, you create a 0 black wizard creature token with. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to your opponent and rebound. Basically, at the beginning, if you cast a spell from your hand, exile it as it resolves. At the beginning of your next upkeep, you may cast this card from exile without paying its mana cost, which means it's going to trigger. It's not going to create a black another wizard token because that's only from you and you cast it from your hand. But you're able to draw a card, lose a life, and plus because you've cast this as an instant, so you're probably going to do it before your upkeep. You're going to have a black wizard who's going to do another extra damage ping. So that's potentially 2 damage. Very nice. Talking about the Warrior of Darkness. So this is like, I think in the story, this guy comes from the world that got absolutely destroyed. So the original Final Fantasy XIV. Whenever you cast a white spell, put a 1/1 counter on each legendary creature you control. They gain vigilance and 2 under turn. Whenever you cast a black spell, put a +1 counter on each legendary creature you control, and they gain menace. So if you cast a white and black spell, everything's going to get +2/+2 and vigilance and menace, which is pretty good. Emmet, Seal of the Third Seat. Spells you cast from your graveyard cost 2 less. Whenever you Whenever one or more opponents lose life, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. So you're basically, your graveyard becomes your hand. Spells cost 2 less from your graveyard. Synergizes well with the commander because you want to be doing damage, just passively casting spells. So that seems pretty good. Einstein, Valinu, Elf Warrior Dragoon. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1 counter on Einstein Valinu. If it gains flying until end of turn, so you have to cast a non-creature spell for it to be counted as a jump. At the beginning of your second main phase, you draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of opponents who were dealt combat damage by Einstein. So if you somehow give it Myriad, this card's really good. Okay. Interesting. We have Hildebrand Manderfield. Has a adventure side. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. And its regular form is create creature tokens you control get +1/+1. When Hildebrand Manderfield dies, you may cast it from your graveyard as an adventure until the end of your next turn. So you can do the adventure side, play the card, dies, play the adventure side again. Okay. Krill Banderson. Lifelink Tracer Ether. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may return target creature card with mana value equals the spell's mana value from your graveyard to your hand. Do this only once each turn. Fair enough. It's the Dancer one. Liza Hexed. Paris. Human Rebel Monk. Okay, well, it's fine. It's a monk. Non-creature spells cost 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast the... As long as you've cast 2 or more non-creature spells this turn, Liaise has double strike. Okay, so if you cast 2, that means makes her a 4/4 double strike. God damn. Okay, that seems fun. As just a commander on its own. Populo Totomo. Jesus Christ. These names. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Palamel deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. Seems pretty good. Sacrifice this card. Each opponent who lost life this turn sacrifice a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. Okay, just comes in, does some damage, and then tries to get rid of a creature. I mean, sacrifice kicks around hexproof, but if they have a number of creatures, it's not going to do much. Oh my god, not even going to attempt name! Okay, Uraranga Agasalt. Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, you gain 2 life. Okay, you can tap this card, look at the top card of your library, you may exile it face down. And then you tap this card again. Until end of turn, you may play cards exiled with Agus spells cast this way, cost 2 less. So, a couple of turns, you can just draw out your deck, and then eventually you can just be like, play those cards. Alright, now we're getting to the reprints or standard, well, not standard cards that have already existed before, just with a Final Fantasy art to them. When this artifact enters, search your library for up to 2 basic playing cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. Whenever a land an opponent controls enters, that player controls more lands than you. You may put that land from your hand onto the battlefield. So if you're not playing first, or you're playing against a ramp deck, this is going to be okay. Authority of the Cancel. Creatures your opponents control enter tapped. Whenever a creature enters controls, you gain 1 life. This was so annoying. I think this was in, like, Return to Ravnica. Maybe. Also Return to Ravnica? It was in that set. It was in that set where it was just like they all get into tapped so you can slow down any aggressive decks. Cleansing Nova. This is your board wipe. Destroy all creatures, destroy all artifacts or enchantments. Okay, it's not technically a board wipe. It does all creatures or enchantments. Or you could do Final Judgment, where you just exile all creatures. So it doesn't actually kill them in case there's any death triggers and stuff. They're exiled, so they didn't die. They got exiled. And they didn't enter the graveyard. Archmage Emeritus Metalcraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant sorcery, you just draw a card. Standard, just draw cards. Okay. Dig Through Time! Delve! Each card you exile from your graveyard while casting a spell pays for 1. Look at the top 7 cards of your library and put Sorry, look at the top 7 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand, and the rest in at the bottom of your library in a random order. This card, when it first came out, was so goddamn powerful. Was it Dig Through Time was the powerful one? There was like 2 Delve draw cards, and I think Dig Through Time was the better one, but it got banned in like Modern? Did it get banned? I think it was only played in like Legacy. Something like that. It was really powerful when it came out, and now it's like meh. It's crazy. Rite of Replication, Kicker 5. You may pay an additional 5 as you cast a spell. Creature token, create a token that's a copy of target creature. If the spell was kicked, create 5 tokens instead. Seems pretty good. Sublime Epithy. Choose 1 or more counter-target spell, counter-target activated or triggered ability, return non-land permanent to its owner's hand, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, target player draws a card. So when it says choose 1 or more, you can choose all of them if applicable. Pretty good. Torrential Gearhulk. This card was so good when it came out. Flash, when this creature enters, you may cast target instant card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If the spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. When this card came out, I remember it was like okay, and then like the first Pro Tour or GP or whatever, everybody went, oh no, this card is actually really good. Because before they had like Flashcaster Mage, which did the exact same thing, but was for like 1 generic and 1 blue. So this was a lot more expensive, so people were like, it can't be that good, but then it's like, well, you're casting stuff from your graveyard again. It's still pretty good. Crux of Fate, choose 1, destroy all dragon creatures, destroy all non-dragon creatures. Alright, we're back. Lethal Scheme, Convoke. You can cast creatures, can help pay for this by tapping them, and they cost 1 less. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Each creature that convoked Lethal Scheme connives. Draw a card and discard a card, and if you discard a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. That seems pretty good. Connive is pretty powerful. Murderous Rider. Instant. Swift End. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. You lose 2 life. Just an instant kill spell no matter what. Unless the creature has hexproof or ward. Lifelink. When this creature dies, put it onto the bottom of the owner's library. Pretty nice kill spell. Baleful Strix. What Commander Precon that is all about recurging stuff from the graveyard and drawing cards doesn't have this? Flying Death Touch. When this creature enters, draw a card. I don't know how many versions of that card I've got. Speaking of the versions of cards I already got, Vindicate. Destroy target permanent. Void Rend. This spell can't be countered. Destroy non-land permanent. So you got some kill spells. Here we got our artifacts. Convert to Duel. When this artifact enters, draw 3 cards. Add 3 mana of any 1 color. Whenever 1 or more creatures an opponent controls attacks and aren't blocked, this player draws 3 cards and gains control of this artifact. Untap it. Interesting. Tome of Legends. When this artifact enters with a page counter on it, when your commander enters or attacks, put a page counter on this artifact. Remove a page counter from this artifact or draw a card. Now we got some land cards. Choked Estuary. Darkwater Catacombs. We got a Desolate Mire. Drowned Catacombs. Exotic Orchard. Fated Heath. Sorry, Glacial Fortress. Oh my god. Isolated Chapel. Port Town. Prairie Stream. Scavenging Grounds. Shadow Snow. Skyclade X-Pass. Sunken Hollow. Sunken Ruins. Underground River. And now from the cards from the Final Fantasy set. White Archetype. When this artifact enters, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until this artifact leaves this battlefield. And you can add 1 mana. Okay. Sanguine. whenever you cast a non-creature spell. If it's at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and it can't be blocked this turn. Circle of Power. You draw 2 cards, and you lose 2 life. Create a 0-black wizard creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell. This token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Wizards you control get +1/+0, and gain lifelink until end of turn. Cut a deal! Each opponent draws a card, then you draw a card for each opponent who draw a card this way. These opponents draw cards. We got Lingering Souls. Create 2 1-white spirit creature tokens with flying. Flashback. Do the same again. A Swords to Plowshare. Exile target creature is controller gains life to its power. Hypnotic Spite. Flying. Mesmeric Glare, counter target spell with mana value 3 or less. Okay. Into the Story. The spell costs 3 less to cast if an opponent has 7 or more cards in their graveyard. Draw 4 cards. If an opponent. It would be better if it was like, if you controlled. Or if you had more. Propaganda. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller plays 2 for each attacking creature. Just slows down if they have a load of creatures if they go ride. Bastion of Remembrance. When this enchantment enters, create a 1/1 human soldier creature token. Whenever your creature control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Great way to drain people. Exsanguinate. Each opponent loses X life. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. It's okay. It's not great. Snuff Out. If you control a swamp, you may pay 4 life rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Great. Destroy target non-black creature, it can't be regenerated. Very situational, but, you know, you want to be casting spells, so if you can save anything on mana, and life is a resource, it's great. Siphon Mind. Each player discards a card, you draw a card for each discarded card this way. Nice. Arcane Signet. Add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Just another great ramp artifact. Another ramp artifact. Add 1 mana of any color. Untap legendary creature you control. Add 1 mana of any color. Soul Ring. If you don't know what Soul Ring does, God, welcome to the channel. Talisman of Dominance. Add 1 colorless. Add 1 island or swarm. This artifact deals 1 damage to you, so it's a pain artifact. Same as Talisman of Hierarchy. Same as Talisman of Progress. Fort Vessel 2 generic, you have no maximum hand size because you're going to be drawing so many cards with this deck. So many. Arcane Sanctuary is just tri-land. And then we got some more lands like Ash Barrens, Command Tower, Contaminated Aquifer, Demolition Field, Evolving Wilds, Idyllic Beachfront, Path of Ancestry, Sunlit Marsh, Temple of the False Wisest in every... It's just odd in so many commander decks. Add 2 colorless, activating only if you control 5 or more lands. Can we just get like... What's the one that creates 2 generic but it costs you 2 life? Temple of something. And then finally, a load of basic lands. But when I say basic lands, yeah, they are basic lands, but full art basic lands. Alright, guys. It's sample collector booster time. Are we gonna get stuff for Cloud? The limit, the 7? Are we gonna get stuff for the 6 deck? Are we gonna get stuff for the 10 deck? Let's see. We get stuff for this deck. Iron Needhog Extended Art. And we get Kefka Extended Art, Dancing Mad. Very nice. Well, guys, that was the Scions or Spellcrafters and Scions deck. Looks pretty interesting. I kind of wish there was like maybe more draw spells, maybe more powerful spells in this deck. But overall, I like it. I like Esper stuff. Is it Esper? Yeah, I think it is Esper. I like this deck. It seems pretty fun. This is why I opened it up and the other deck, because I kind of want to play with these decks. There's definitely some other cards in here that I would like to make commander decks out of. But let me know what you think in the comments section down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Morse. Marvelous. Together on the track. Let's go. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, red sus. Red sus, sus.